couple of questions today. Is some related to the kindness. Couple of questions today. And some related to kindness, some related to the general question, do I take some time holiday, like personal question. And is there any question on Instagram? If anybody asks me so, if you can unmute and say, that will also be wonderful. The first question somebody brought recently was, do I do any holidays? Do I go do something that is that engage the little bit of joy in life? Personally, my whole life is a joy. I am permanently on holiday. As I always said, I'm permanently on holiday on the earth while I'm in this body. Till I get some new place, who knows? But multiverse, think high. So, yes, I have lots of pleasant time when I am meditating, practicing. I think there's one very famous story I may have shared in the past. There was a monk and a yogi who was very deeply involved in his sadhana, in his spiritual practice. He was traveling along with the river Ganga, and he found a beautiful place with a nice little stream of a waterfall, a nice tree, not far away from the city. And he made himself a stay for a few days and resting there. The news traveled that there's a one monk or the yogi living in the wild space where there's no house or no roof, and very cold wind and the very cold climate where the water is freezing with the zero facility. People get fascinated and the people come and see. The news traveled to the chief of the area, or you can call it the king by that time, and come and ask him how you are coping, how was your night? The monk replied, some part of the night was like yours, some was better than yours. And now the king is a bit confused. I said, how can be better than mine where I'm living and sleeping in a beautiful palace with all the silk robes and silk bed linens, or whatever you want to call it, with full comfort in the winter. And he is sleeping on the floor and open space under the tree and with zero facility to maintain his comfort of life. So, and how can his life of night time, of the time of night was equal to mine, and some was better than mine? That is that answer really puzzled the king. Then what the king did, he said, you are lying, that's not possible. He said, I can explain to you when you were sleeping and I was sleeping, same time, we were in the both same place. In pure, deep state of unconscious awareness, where you have no idea even who you are, where you are sleeping, with whom you are sleeping, and what is around you, because you are totally achetan, completely unconscious, unaware. King said, okay, I accept that. That is a realistic question, a realistic answer, and a very in-depth understanding. But how can be the night was better than mine? The monk answered, when you got awakened in night time due to any discomfort or any noise, which is obvious, pretty much most people get woken up in night time unless you have taken the sleeping tablet. Then you are gone for 8 or 10 hours flat. Sometimes people sleeping tablet, it still wakes up the moment the drug effect becomes neutral. He said, yes, I woke up. And how did you feel? Say, I was walking up and down in my bedroom, looking down at my kingdom, a bit worried and concerned, and checking the security. And I was also a little bit anxious. He said, that time I was better than yours. My time of my night was better than yours. You were worried somebody gonna come and take over your kingdom, somebody will attack your kingdom. You can't even trust your own security guards. But when I got awakened due to the chill or cold, I sit up and I meditated. I was very much at ease and peace, with no worry and any concern or any anxiety. So that time was better than yours. So my friend, when you go sometime on holiday, I can guarantee you your holiday might be a bit stressful, but my holiday when I'm meditating and retreating in my body, they're very peaceful, very joyful. That is a undescribable sensation and feeling, I can assure you. So I always see that I'm permanently on holiday while I'm in this body on the planet Earth, having the best time. No matter what you do, always have a best time, because nothing you're going to take with you. The only thing you can take with you, the memories, the joy you share, the kindness you share, the compassion you share. From the topic of kindness, I remember another story. I thought sharing that story on immediately same day when it happened, but I didn't, because if I stare at the same time, it will look like that I'm looking for a attention. But it's now topic of kindness and compassion comes. I think that is a very important. It's personal experience and not a story of someone, but it's personal. I was teaching Vipassana in a few years back, 5 years back in India, which I do every year. Last year we did in Croatia, and this year we are doing in Croatia again in July, around I think 21st of July for 10 days. If you don't know Vipassana meditation, please do check it out. It's really beautiful practice to do. And I will tell you a story from Vipassana. I had somebody who do the prayers from Islam, and they said, can I pray? Personally, I wouldn't recommend when you're doing Vipassana, you're just not getting influenced by any religious practice or even external engagement to the world. But somebody very strongly believing in the love and compassion, practicing every day, I said, if I say no to you, you are going to have a bit of anger inside and not feeling that I'm not being kind enough. So you will have a different reason. I said, please do pray, but outside of those hours. Say, thank you for being kind. I said, let's practice it in reality. The words are different. The person saying, I am very interested learning the teachings of Buddha. Well, but Vipassana is nothing to do with Buddhism, but somehow people link that Vipassana practice to a Buddhism. Vipassana is even described Vipassana, Pasana in Bhagavad Gita, also in the Rig Veda. In a Vedic, is a Vedic practice, understanding the inner nature, the inner dharma of one's being, and seeing as it is. But we start practicing. They said, I'm interested in the teachings of Buddha. I said, give me one example. Say kindness. I said, excellent. And compassion. Okay. I said, let's talk about those two. We can talk more. There's Panchashil, five, Silata, calmness, Samata, equanimity. There's several other principles. And I just talked about two topics that day. I talked about Samata, the equanimity, somehow seeing everything with equal awareness, with no judgment to it. And the second was kindness. As we talking about kindness, before I go, let me ask you a question. When you get annoyed by a mosquito, it's buzzing on your ear so permanently, you get so frustrated and agitated. You will do anything to get rid of that mosquito. Despite mosquito have done nothing to you. His mosquito is minding his own business. Mosquito is being mosquito, but now you are behaving badly than mosquito. Fight with mosquito. And you look sometimes very lunatic. Can you imagine mosquito going like try to slap yourself? And somebody filmed that, you absolutely will look like a lunatic. That's the reality. I said same thing. The person started laughing because I know, and I'm inviting the mosquito recently, and mosquito comes next to her, and I think probably sat on her leg, and she immediately bent, slap it, kill the mosquito. I can understand she was doing the defense mechanism to herself. She killed the mosquito died. And then, meantime, I'm talking about kindness. I even talked about that lunatic topic, how lunatic one looks when trying to fight with the mosquito. And I can guarantee you, you can never win a fight with a mosquito. You think you win it when you kill it? No, you did not. You destroy, you took somebody's life. But mosquito comes along, and now is mosquito buzzing around the ear. While I just finished the topic of kindness, as somebody practicing kindness, I say practice kindness and apply it. Not just believe in kindness, but understand the kindness and how you can apply the kindness in action. If something just only an intellectual exercise, and thinking that you have understood what kindness is. But in reality, it's very different. Then the mosquito is coming near and clap it and killed it. Now I could not resist asking, why did you kill that mosquito? It was annoying me. Answer was, it was annoying me. I said, you are so little inside that you can be annoyed by the little mosquito. You killed it before. I ignored it because it was defense mechanism. But now this mosquito is absolutely doing nothing. Where is the kindness gone? Leaving mosquito to be mosquito, you are a human. You should practice your humanity. Less mosquito practicing his mosquitonity, you practice humanity. Mosquito's job, what mosquito is doing. What as a human being, as you represent the love, compassion, kindness, peace, equanimity, all those qualities makes you human being. Would you not like to practice the humanity and mosquito practice his mosquitonity and leave it that way? And then the person said, oh, sorry, I just could not handle it. I said, that is the kindness. Once you start developing the nature of kindness inside, the furiousness inside will not be produced. That means the acidity level will be less, inflammation will be less in the body. When you have anger less, judgment less, frustration less within yourself, you will have more alkaline. Your body odor will be different and you will attract less mosquitoes. That is my personal judgment. I could be wrong. But practicing kindness and knowing about kindness are two separate things. I remember that story from Vipassana and the recent incident while I was in US, in Texas, on my first tour of this year, teaching in Houston and Austin. We were staying to one of the villas during the retreat. And I got stung by a scorpio twice in my bed. It's not a good advertisement for Austin, but that happened. But I got stung once in my thigh, and I moved my leg up, then stung in my foot. And then I open my eyes and see the mosquito happily walking off my bed. So I take him down and bring the cup, put the cup on top of it, the glass cup, so it's visible. Now I'm sitting for 3 hours, 4 hours, so much pain. Leg numb, and the venom leg swelled up. And I did not tell anyone. I called in India, I told them in case something happens to me, just be aware if I don't return. It's 3-4 hours pass, around 6 o'clock, I go back in the Yoga Nidra, resting till 7:15. I wake up, and then I take the Scorpio out and free him in the forest. And I told some people, immediately they asked, what did you kill it? I said, why would I kill it? What will I get? Somebody was saying, what we do, you kill the Scorpio, you put it where it bit you. I say, how can I do that? Because it bit me 2 places. It stung me in 2 places. I have to kill the same Scorpio twice. Why would I do that? I will not gain anything. It's have done his job, his nature to his tongue, my nature to be me. Maintain the love and compassion and make sure I free him back into the nature where it come from. Somehow it escaped to the window. It does not belong inside the house. So I free him outside and we think that is not nice. You should have, you can buy somebody else. I said that is somebody else's problem, not my problem. So the kindness, you must always remain in your dharma. What your nature is, you must always practice your nature. Scorpio's nature is Scorpio's nature. My nature is my nature. If my nature can be changed, my dharma can be changed because of one Scorpio, means I am not well established in my own dharma. I am not well established in my own roots, in my own practice. And that's when the question of practice arises. Do you really believe in the practice or really understand the practice? If you believe it, you will react. You will react just like any other person without knowing the kindness. But once you understand the kindness, once you know the kindness, and the kindness is become part of you, you will not behave any other way other than your nature, which is the humanity. Let's take it compassion, kindness, love, peace, care, however one can list it. So when you're practicing kindness, practice kindness. Your kindness should not be selective. It is a universal nature. Your compassion is not selective. It is a nature of universe that is within you. Love is universal, not selective. When love, compassion, kindness is selective, it is subject to the pleasure of your senses. Means you are not really practicing from inside. You're practicing exterior, how your senses getting pleased and you responding to them in that way. So make your kindness, love, compassion, universal nature, the inner intelligence, not just subject to your sense intelligence. I have one. Do you have any question in the group? And anybody on a live on YouTube or in a Sangha in person? Mary? No? Okay. So talking about the kindness, there are many people talks about recognition. Hello, Maribela. I talked about holiday. I'm on permanently holiday. Okay. So recognition. The problem in the recognition, when you think that you are any superior than anybody, actually you are begging. You have a nature of begging for respect, begging for recognition, begging for love, begging for either attention. You are nothing but your mind filled with the nature of begging. You are so poor. Deep down, you are so poor. Whoever looking for those things, I'm not saying everybody, pretty much everybody is poor. Nobody is actually rich. Only a rich person is who is very much contained and deep rooted within himself or herself or itself. Now, third gender, I have to say, itself. So, sometimes, whenever your mind get little crazy and you want to showcase that how great you are, and whoever recognizing you, giving you a validation of your existence, so-called awards. Yeah? You get a notification award that I have achieved that. Those awards and achievements, actually, you are begging for recognize. Once you have inner awareness, the inner nature, inner understanding, those awards will make no difference to your ego. The people, when they give you, they're all trying to do pump your ego, make it inflate your ego so you can lose your awareness. Don't get sucked up into it. These are all false. You just try to create a false self-importance and self-belief ecosystem that takes you away from your own reality, your own inner nature, inner practice. Because somebody recently asked, can I nominate you for some achievement award? I said, please, thank you, leave me alone. I am happy as I am. So those awards is people will try to find different ways. And forget about awards in your day-to-day life. If your nature is seeking attention, respect, validation, some of those things, you have a choice to participate or not participate. If you don't happy with it, don't do it. Nobody forcing you to do it. But when you're doing it because you're going to get respect, you're going to get validation, recognition, you are asking to create a false ecosystem to inflate your ego, to make you look like how great you are. But your greatness does not depend on somebody else's recognition. Your greatness, you should recognize it. You should realize it. Some other people realize it or not realize it is irrelevant. When other people realize it, but deep down you know that you are not a great being, then you feel inside, I have fooled them. Problem. Personally, it's the problem. You think you are clever. You fool somebody else for something that you don't have. So all those inner dialogues, you should always question whatever your mind presents you. Always a big question mark. I always say, whatever your mind says, in yoga, I can't do it, I'm tired, renegotiate. Similarly, when you're meditating, say, oh, I'm feeling pain and discomfort, I no longer can sit quietly and I need to move my leg. Again, renegotiate. Because you know your mind is always lying to you, trying to cheat you. Your mind is always one step ahead of you. Try to make you fool in front of yourself. So whenever your mind come up with the glorifying self-importance fantasies, question mark it. Question it. The day you start questioning and analyzing and observing, not judging, remember, I'm saying observing, you start using your ability to discern. You want to practice viveka? Practice viveka with your mind. What your mind is presenting to you. But what happened? But we start practicing viveka outside. But first practice with your mind. If you can understand your mind, other people's mind more complicated, maybe more complex, but at least you become naked in front of your own mind. Your mind should not be decorated, at least for yourself. If you constantly decorating your mind, you're creating a fantasy of self-importance, self-illusion about yourself. I will highly recommend to practice viveka with your mind. Big question mark, anything that your mind brings it to you, ask it. Observe it, sit with it. Don't judge it, observe it. See it, is it a projection of mind? Is it coming from insecurity? Is it coming from expectation? Is it mind bringing something from past or from the future? Is it the reality? Is it my present state of being? And you can start living. You can start creating the abundance of your self-presence. Other things are not abundance. If you think the money is abundance, no. If you think the health is abundance, no. I can guarantee you sooner or later, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you are going to have wrinkles. It's not permanent. The youth is not permanent. Youth is not abundance. Life is abundance. Your presence is abundance. The happiness can be abundance. The compassion can be abundance. The joy you can cherish inside can be abundance. But you chase abundance in material. You chase abundance in a wrong context. Money, abundance, it leaves one day. I know many people. Abundance of money, they are not even aware how much they have, what they are spending. Never question it. And I've seen them counting for pennies. Where is the abundance that's gone? So the abundance is your inner qualities. They can never leave. They will grow. But other external abundance is limited. You cannot consume it more than your sense can take it. So make your happiness abundance. And your happiness based, depending on object or subject to your sense is going to be a problem. Sooner or later, you may not realize it, you may lie to the public, but deep down inside, you know, feeling little child crying that what it is, I'm not really happy. But similarly, when you are meditating, your aim of meditation is to have for 5 minutes, peace and quiet, nobody is bothering you, and shut down mind. That is a poor meditation. You can achieve that by one tablet. You don't need to meditate. You're wasting time. It's true. You're wasting time because your aim you're doing such you actually bringing bad name to meditation. Aim of meditation is freeing your mind from the disease of restlessness permanently, not temporarily. Your mind is free from any disease, and disease of minds are many. But having a 5 minutes of peace and quiet, and you spending hours and hours to meditate, poor massive investment, outcome is very little. Your investment of time versus your hope and expectation from it is very poor. So I will say aim high. Aim what the real meditation is supposed to be, not just lying and trying to hypnotize your mind and think that you are meditating. Problem. Enhance to understand your inner dharma is the ultimate purpose of meditation. Now taking drugs, and then there's a new trend nowadays is taking those herbal drugs. Is constantly asked that question, and they take the drug and say, "Oh, I found my soul. I found my purpose, and I was so clear that what I have to do in my life." I said, "Great! I'm very happy. You found it within one night of that ceremony, and 3 months later, life is upside down again, and going cuckoo, and running back again to get the same drug again in the body." I said, "You found your soul. You lost it there very fast, in 3 months. In sometimes not even 3 months, within 2 months you lost the soul. Then what happened to the purpose of your life? I thought you found the purpose of your life. Now you also lost the purpose. Next time you go along, you find a new purpose. If you constantly creating a self-illusion and hoping that somebody save you. Problem is you are not having enough trust in your own capability, in your own sadhana, in your own practice. And you are actually afraid. You are filled with fear of failure. You want somebody else to be responsible for your problems. That's the problem. So when you're meditating, you may not succeed. So who will you blame? Yourself? Your meditation is poor. Now if you take in that herbal meditation, you can blame the meditation, or that herbal medicine was not good, I will try new one. I will take the new semen. I don't know, because I have never taken them, but I know many people who have taken them. Is a heavily invested industry, and the people becoming the semen in 2 weeks or 3 weeks are doing few times their ceremonies, and they become the teachers. What they understand about this? Zero. But because they see the money, that is the ceremony for them. So whoever practicing, watch, your karma will haunt you one day. And I can guarantee you will not sleep properly. Day and night you are living with so much worry. So if you're thinking the shortcut of that medicine will help you to find your purpose, you are fool. If you think that medicine will help you to find your soul, again you are fool. Because they cannot help you to find your soul. It requires your conscious effort and your awareness with full alertness when you meet yourself, you are witnessing fully, not under the influence of some other substance running through your body, creating an illusion. You already live in one that your mind drives you crazy. You think that you are most kind person, but in reality you are not. You would like people to believe it, but that is a different story. On that note, I think enough for today. Anybody get offended, I don't care. That is your problem. But please, if you are on that path of taking those shortcuts, I highly recommend anybody doing it or would like to do it. Don't do it. You're damaging yourself. You're developing a new personal addictiveness and obsession. It's not going to help you. I can guarantee you, I meditate and I find my purpose. My purpose is to be me, happy and joyful. Isn't that supposed to be? What's wrong with life? There's nothing wrong with life. Whatever is wrong with you. You think there's something wrong with life. That's the problem. Learn to celebrate. Your every moment you can learn to celebrate. But you look for always something is wrong, I need to fix it. There is nothing wrong. You enjoy the breath. You can't even enjoy the breath. Never mind discovering your soul. Not possible. Learn to enjoy the breath. Celebrate. Be grateful that you are breathing. Have a gratitude enough for that you are in the body. Have a gratitude for that. Then once you develop that little sensitivity, that connection with yourself, the awareness, you will get to know your chitta, you get to know your awareness, you get to know how your senses working, how you get to know how your energy is working, the amount of the vritti that comes out, but not suppressing them, not creating a different reality. It's not going to work. I can guarantee you. So, for finding the purpose when you are fully aware, find your soul fully aware, not under the influence of something. And those things, if you think, look back, tell the truth. You did one time, you thought, oh, I found my purpose, I see the light. Then what happened to the light? In 2 months disappeared. Once my light got lit up, it's permanently lit up, never gone off. Because I did not do those medicines. I did not look for shortcut. So shortcut problem, my friend. Enjoy. Have a good time. See you. Thank you.